Articulation Radio. Articulation. Salutations! Welcome to another exciting episode of Articulation Radio. I am your hostess, the eternally grateful Goddess Sage. You know how we do things here at Articulation Radio. We will kick off the top of the day's episode by taking a quick glance at the news headlines. And today's news segment is sponsored by bepublished.org.
Here are three of the news headlines and events I saw today, Thursday, September 10, 2020, when visiting EliteValuesNews.com. EU and UK relations nosedive amid fallout from controversial Brexit bill. Boko Haram killed 10 civilians in attacks on 3 villages in Nigeria. And breakthrough unlikely at high-stakes Moscow meeting between China and India's foreign ministers. Those are three of the news headlines and events I saw today when visiting EliteValuesNews.com on your behalf. Be sure to head on over right now and check them out every hour on the hour and in various categories because, as you know, there are always things going on in this world. A multitude of changes always take place, and at Elite Values News, we make it a point to keep you abreast of as much as we can, as often as we can. Our headlines frequently change. Not only can you check us out every hour on the hour, check us out throughout the hour multiple times as well. Hit us up whenever you need your feel of what's going on in this world. This has been a report from Joaquin Mann, reporting exclusively for you.
Looking to get the latest news? Visit Elite Values. EliteValuesNews.com has all the latest news and information. Check out the headlines daily. EliteValuesNews.com for all of your latest news.
Do you want to be published? Are you looking for a high-quality, low-cost way to be published with a fast turnaround? Visit bepublished.org to publish today. www.bepublished.org. bepublished.org. Publish today. Books, movies, and music.
Listeners, we love you. We hear you. And I am definitely happy to be here with you again today on this episode of Articulation Radio, where you will not only hear wonderful music from independent artists from around the world, you will also get the chance to hear me talk to a move maker, a doer, and I'm not going to tell you with whom I'll be speaking or about what we'll be discussing, but stay tuned.
Losing kiss me tenderly, kiss me tenderly, help me say I'd give up anything that I possess just to have him tonight. Mr. Magic, where have you gone? Mr. Magic, where have you gone? Mr. Magic, yeah. Oh, oh, you turn me on. I threw away my pride, and I broke down and cried. I broke down and cried over you. But just like magic powder, you took one move, and now I don't know what to do. Mr. Magic, where have you gone? Mr. Magic, yeah, where have you gone? Mr. Magic, yeah, oh, 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 you turn me on. And I wish I could really turn me on. You really turn me on.
You have a product, let them help you increase sales. You have a video, let them help you make it go viral. Peoplewarmers.com. PeopleWarmers.com.
Good morning, heartache. You old lonely sight. Good morning, heartache. Thought we said goodbye last night. I tossed and turned until it seemed you had gone. But here you are with the dawn. I wish I'd forget you, but you're here to stay. It seems I met you when my love went away. Now every day I start by saying to you,
sit down, have tea with me, but do go, please.
Would you like for a motivational speaker to come to your company or organization to speak to your group? Visit lifespurposeministries.com. That's lifespurposeministries.com, or call 972-880-8316 to book your motivational speaker today. That's Life's Purpose Ministries.
Yeah, we're about to mix it up for you. You just heard one of my babies. That was Good Morning Heartache by yours truly, Goddess Sage. And we kicked off today's episode of Articulation Radio with Mr. Magic by Erica Johnson. Now, today's episode is titled Love Clear Across the Country because I will be interviewing the Texas music man, Todd Barrow. And we're going to talk about his music project, Texas Country Nation. As a matter of fact, you can head on over to his website right now, toddbarrowmusic.com, TODDBARROWMUSIC.com. Go on over to toddbarrowmusic.com and check out some of the songs from that Texas Country Nation project of his. And hang tight now because I'm going to bring him on here shortly. I'm going to play just one more song for you, that Ethereal Garden by 96 or IXVI. And then we're going to bring Todd Barrow on and pick his brain for you, find out, get him to tell us a little bit about the project, see whether we can even find out some things that could even help you achieve your goals. And also, if you have any certain questions that you want me to be sure to squeeze in, give us a buzz here at Articulation Radio at 312-899-6237, or jump on over on the website and leave us the message there. And of course, that website, articulationmedia.club. Hang tight. I will be right back after playing this song for you, and then we're going to bring Todd on. Phone lines are open right now at Articulation Radio. Call 312-899-6237. That's 312-899-6237.
You are listening to Articulation Radio. Head on over to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts.
Do you frequently shop online and you're looking for a new place to shop? Join the club, jeffersontaylor.club, where models, designers, inventors, and other creators offer customers the best products at fair prices. Jefferson Taylor, jeffersontaylor.club. Join the club. Shop today, jeffersontaylor.club.
Articulation Radio is hype today, y'all. We are on the line with Todd Barrow. He's bringing that love clear across the country for you, representing that Texas Country Nation. I know y'all already got that CD. If you don't have the CD, if you don't have the album, if you haven't already streamed it from his website, toddbarrowmusic.com, you might want to do that right now. But we're going to go ahead and dive in and see what little nuggets that we can go ahead and pluck from Todd Barrow's brain real quick. But Todd, tell us, how is your day going so far on this beautiful Texas day?
Yes, I'm having a great day, just like you are. It's a beautiful day here in Texas. And Labor Day weekend, here we are.
Yes, getting it popping and keeping it locked all week long for you guys, and going to definitely keep the party rolling. Now, I want you to tell them from the door, what is it with all the things that are going on today and in today's climate, and a lot of people have, I would say, so many things pulling at their hearts, pulling at their minds. A lot of people feel disconnected, discombobulated, so much division. But, of course, all the things that you talk about, it's all about love, joy, happiness. Well, not all the things. You know, you're a realist. You know, you cover some of everything but the spirit of your work. What advice would you say to people for those who are like, look, I don't know which direction to go. I can't seem to celebrate, not even this weekend. I can't seem to find that joy that the rest of you seem to have. What tips would you give them? How are you able to still find joy and find peace and spread love and tell the truth despite all the things that you have to come against and that the people are fighting against that you're helping?
Absolutely. We are facing some troublesome times, and there's a lot of negative things going on. It's hard to stay positive. It's hard to keep your head above water these days. I understand what people are going through, and I feel the pain. And I think just being realistic, that you have to go to the source where you're going to find that peace and that love and that joy. And King David said he encouraged himself in the Lord. That's what I do. And I go straight. That's my foundation. It's my faith that keeps me going. And I know that no matter what is out there, that he can see us through a lot of things if we just turn it over to him. And that's what I try to portray, like you said, in the spirit of my music.
Yes, and that definitely comes through, the pure love. And that's why I had to title today's episode of Articulation Radio, Love Clear Across the Country. Because even though, yes, the category of your music is country music, when I went to your website and I listened to a couple of the songs, I'm like, this, like a lot of the country music or things that people would say, even not just country, or people would say, oh, this is hip-hop, or oh, this is, whatever. I don't really consider it those particular titles they give, because, of course, the emotion that it not only evokes within me, but the way it connects with my own soul. And so a lot of the music, including your music, I consider it, soul music or folk music, or, just in general, American music, without any of the specific genres. But I'm not a professional in the music industry that establishes the categories, so my opinion doesn't matter. But tell the listeners, for those who want to break into the music industry, and specifically they love country and they've been wanting to get into the country scene, and they've wanting to know, what are some of the places to go to perform, and how do you even get to perform, especially in today's industry. What tips would you give those who, want to break into the music performance genre, especially those interested in country?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's a long road, as it is in any kind of entrepreneurship or business or whatever you're pursuing out there. But especially in music, it's tough. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's tough, and you got to be ready to, if you got to be in it for the long haul, and know that you're definitely called to do it. I would say there's just a ton of resources though for made available. The internet has so many resources and ways to connect with people in the industry, in the music industry, the professionals, the top dogs out there that know what they're doing. But it all starts with a song. It all starts with your vision. What are you setting out to do, and what's your message? You got to kind of think through some things before you pursue it. And then when you're ready, there's a lot of tools and things out there that you definitely can make it.
Yeah. And among those things, I would say, definitely to piggyback on that, people also, when he said to think it through, he really means take out the time, think every single thing through that you want to do. And that means not only saying, hey, I want to do this, but also itemizing the things that you'll need to actually be sure taken care of in order to get to that step. And a lot of things you're going to see will require you to have a budget. So for those of you who are like, oh, the Lord told me to do this, and so, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, so God's going to make a way, God's going to, what tips would you say to them to kind of help them realize that even with the miracles and blessings they get, that there's still some work they have to do too?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you got to put in the work. It's blood, sweat, and tears, and but having the guidance of the supernatural can be very awesome and amazing. I've seen so many doors and opportunities unfold, just pure magic. I don't want to say magic, but miraculous things. And I'm just, and I'm amazed sometimes. I'm like, how did I get here? But I just continue to plug along.
Right, and I didn't expect this. Like, I wanted something good, but I didn't know it was going to be this good. Right.
I mean, it happens like that, and that's that's when you know you're moving in the right direction, because you see all these doors flinging open and opportunities, and people are offering you things, and I'm just I'm a down to earth guy, and I plan to stay that way. But I do enjoy seeing the fruits of my labor.
Yes, and let's talk about that. Let's talk about Texas Country Nation and people. And again, you're listening to Articulation Radio. My name is Goddess Sage, and I'm interviewing Todd Barrow. His website, toddbarrowmusic.com. He has a new project that has come out called Texas Country Nation. And now, Todd, tell them real quick about, I would say, some of the inspiration behind the project, as well as some of the feedback that you've received from your fan base.
Yeah, I had set out to do a project that I wanted to put together, a list of songs and tunes that I thought would be fitting and to format it to that title, because being born and raised here in Texas, I just wanted it to really stand out and speak out to the heart and the mind of folks everywhere. But I want to make sure that my music is commercial, top notch quality, and can compete in the market, and but not selling out either. But
right.
To stay true to the roots, where I came from. And when you hear my music, and these are experiences. I'm writing out stuff that I've gone through or going through, or you hear it in my songs,
and you feel it in your delivery.
Yeah, it's just in my soul.
Exactly, man. And that's what I was saying, how, it really does connect to the soul. And even with that, people, even you heard him talk about how, he's staying true to himself, but he also knows that he has to be sure to consider the needs of the other audiences too, whether it's the record execs that, have this commercial standard, or whether it's, you, the listener, who he knows, you want to hear a certain thing. But again, he knows that he still has to be sure to, with giving everyone else what they want, be sure that he's still staying true to the message that he knows he was given and sent in order to give you. And that's the same thing you have to juggle too. Now, what's your favorite song? And I know it's hard to ask, what are your favorite babies, but we all have certain kids of ours that we, kind of find, I would say, the most like us and the easiest to deal with, or the kid that we find the most like us, and I'm like, why did I do that? But everyone else loves this kid, and I'm like, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Which one was the easy delivery? Which one was the hard?
I'm gonna tell you the one that really gets a lot of attention, and on that album is called Guadalupe River. And of course, it's the river, in New Braunfels, Texas, right outside of Austin, which is kind of a getaway for people from all over the world. This COVID-19, of course, has changed a lot of that, but anyway, it'll get there again. But Guadalupe River was probably one of my favorite tunes to it just flowed out of me. I went down to the river, saw these things happening, and all the people getting engaged, and it was just fun. And I'm like, this is in Texas, baby. This is our fun. I gotta get this. I gotta share this with people around the world, and people love it. I'm telling you, Europe it went crazy. I think it went number 20 the first week it was playing.
Oh wow, man! Congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you. It's been very successful, and of course here on Texas radio as well. But the reason that song became so popular was because the guys that were played on that track play or have played with Miranda Lambert, and they have been on the Jimmy Fallon show. They have toured with her. They still are invited to play at the CMA.
Yeah, so these are guys that are just used to rocking out, and following your vibe. So yeah, you guys went nuts on that. Oh my gosh.
I tell you, I walked in and when they were touring with Miranda at that time, and her guitar, they had everything labeled, from her, from her bus tour, and I was blown away. I got to tell you, I felt like I was, in the wrong place at first.
No, baby, no.
Yeah, I tell you.
Yes, that's that blessing, baby. That's that, yes, beyond belief. Like, wow.
Oh,
I knew you were doing something, Lord. I just didn't know it was like this.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was one of those. It was definitely one of those wow moments. It was just wow, and it just took off. And then, of course, Miranda has it on her playlist.
Beautiful.
It's crazy how things happen. But anyway,
and even that goes back to the testament of the connection between the country family and the support that everyone gives each other. Musicians, period. This artist nation. There are artists who, are snoots and, are intimidated and not supportive. But there are a lot of artists who go through and they support each other. They collaborate. They prop each other up and they celebrate together.
Yes. I think that's so important, and and that's my aim is to give back. As you know, I've given to charity. There's a song on the album called "The House That Love Built," which was probably one of the most intense songs I had to write, and wrote with legend Texas Hall of Famer Sonny Burgess, which is a good friend of mine now. He was mentored by Charlie Pride, and has all these connections and it's just how the Lord works. I'm just telling
yes.
It's
major blessings,
together.
Man. A million congrats.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
And these are just two of the projects. Like, oh my gosh! And I'm guessing that the entire Texas Country Nation project that people can access there at toddbarrowmusic.com. That all of these are going to be different nuggets and different projects that bring in different collaborations where they're going to be pleasantly surprised by this project.
Yeah, they will. And I was surprised how it all just kind of fell together. And I, it was just like it just was meant to happen. It's just one of those things where you just go, okay, this is going to happen. There's a reason why it's happening. And there's good things, to come from it. And since I did put out that album, I mean, there's been I've accumulated a lot of songwriting awards and achievements and accolades and reviews and people going nuts over it, in blogs and it's crazy.
Yeah, I can believe that because your music does have, it accommodates what the commercial audience needs, but it has that mainstream appeal as well as that crossover element to where anybody who, if people listen to lyrics, if you're a person who, you love the stories, and you really listen to the music and you like digging, nice little beats that you can vibe with, or, whether you want to dance in your chair or, move around, get up on the floor, move fast or whatever. If you like the stories and having options to do with your body, then you definitely want to check out this Texas Country Nation project there at toddbarrowmusic.com. And now let me ask you real quick. This is my next to the last question that I have for you. Now,
all right.
You, I know for a fact, have learned some things about yourself that you were pleasantly surprised by, as well as you also saw some things that gave you confirmation about yourself. But I would imagine that right before, I would say, you took that final step that was required for your success to really catapult, what was there that you had to overcome and push past in order to get there, and that otherwise, if you would not have, you would have missed out on all of this? And I would like for you to share that with them, because as you know, some people give up right before. It's like, oh, that was the one that if you just would have persevered, it would have been it. That would have been.
Yeah.
But what? Yeah. Share with them your story.
Yeah, that's beautifully put. And I would say that on my website, if you want to just kind of scroll through my bio, from A to Z, you'll
and
you'll
people
quickly
do
pick
that.
up
It's
on.
well worth it. You all need to. And again, that's ToddBarrowMusic.com. ToddBarrowMusic.com. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Todd.
No, it's yeah, and because that's what I want people to get. I'm grateful for people buying my music, and I certainly want them to enjoy the music, but I really want them to really get the message. I really want them to really understand how it all came about, and it was just divine orchestration. I'm just telling you, from the day that I was helping set up some guy from American Idol in a children's hospital that nobody knew anything of, how to help this guy, and I'm out there working and had been in the industry. Honestly, I was burnt out. Honestly, I was in the contemporary side of music. I was more of the contemporary soft rock side of music. I was nowhere near country, nowhere near it. But I happened to meet this guy named Sonny Burgess. We ran into each other. I mean, literally like Seinfeld, and Kramer, I mean,
right.
I mean, it's just comical. And we laugh about it still today. We get together a lot and just talk about what's going on in the business and in our lives and how we can, improve and make a difference. But that's kind of how it all started. And he swayed me to country music because I had loved it. I grew up on it, and I had a lot of heroes in it, but I just wasn't feeling the vibe for it. You know what I mean? It just wasn't speaking to me. But
wow.
Man, when I started hanging out with these guys that were doing it and that have been doing it a long time, I got it. I was like, okay, now I understand my country music. Now I get it, And then I was hooked, and I was like, I can't stop. This train's moving. I mean, let's go. So that's kind of where things led up to this point. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And now my very last question to you is, now what is there that you would like to say to the listeners of Articulation Radio that you've not yet had a chance to express?
Well, you've asked a lot of good questions and conducted this very very well. I guess the thing I would like people to know is that I understand that there are dreams that we have, and there's disappointments, and sometimes it's hard to pick yourself back up, And I would just say, don't give up, and people will come at you in all different ways, and people will criticize you. And the bigger that you get, trust me, you definitely want to take somebody with you to the top because it's very lonely up there.
Yeah,
it's very lonely. Don't let fame fool you. But stay true to yourself. Stay true to your roots. That's so important because we're all human and we all have desires and we all have gifts that we want to see take off and really build something. But man, you got a vision and you've got a heart to do it. Go for it. Go do it.
Yes. People take action. Go get it in. Don't pretend like you want to do something. Don't say you're trying to do something. All we have is now. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a point to do it. You're not trying to eat. You're not trying to take a bath. You eat. You bathe. So stop trying and stop giving all these excuses and start walking in that space that you say you have, okay? And when you hear people that are able to be joyous despite what's going on, instead of saying, oh, they're just pretending, it can't be that good, why they always smiling, why don't you find a way within yourself to find your own joy so that you can be walking around looking peculiar to onlookers so that they can say, why you always smiling? Because after all, you want a better life. You know, you deserve a better life, and you deserve to be a better reflection of who you know you are and whose you know you are. And when you listen to music from great people like Mr. Todd Barrow, and be sure to head over to his website, toddbarrowmusic.com. Check out his project, Texas Country Nation. Read his bio, connect with him. Be sure to let him know your feedback, all of that good stuff, as well as share his story, his music with other people to encourage them too. And let them see how he is one example in addition to you of how no matter what's going on and what it is they need to do, they can do it. All they have to do is just take the steps and don't give up on themselves, and definitely don't underestimate what it is that God can do through them, through others, and for them as well as for others. Okay?
That's right.
You know, Todd, thank you so much for coming on to Articulation Radio. You're welcome to come back here anytime you need any new projects you have, anything. Come on, let us know about it, okay?
I sure will. My pleasure. Thank you for having me. God bless you.
And definitely, if you have any performances upcoming, do you have any performances that they need to know about, whether it's virtual concerts, anything like that coming up?
You know, I'm working on that. I do work through Exit Live is a really strong platform. We're talking about people like U2 and Taylor Swift and others like that. They're using these platforms. And there's I think there's another one called Stage In, and I'm just kind of gauging when to do a show, you know, at the right time. Right now, I've just kind of been working on my songwriting and getting ready to go back in the studio. Yeah. Here in the next week or so.
Very good. So we can expect some new music too. Definitely keep us posted on some new music, some virtual shows, or even live performances, whatever it is that you're doing. We want to know about it. We want to have first dibs because, I can already tell that you put on a nice show. So it's like, I would love to get a gander. So, you know, as well as the rest of the listeners here at Articulation Radio. So keep us posted. Come on back here, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you, man.
Good deal.
If you're looking for ghost writers, grant writers, technical writers, any kind of writers, go to the Writers Consortium. Their website is maryjefferson.us, MaryJefferson.us, the Writers Consortium, for all of your writing needs, proposals, grants, academic papers, whatever it is you dream of, ghostwriting, the Writers Consortium can help you achieve your goals.
Articulation Radio thanks you so much for listening. So head on over right now to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts on today's episode. In the meantime, we're going to keep the show rolling for you.
Weddings are expensive, but your love is worth it. Go to marryusnow.us to book the Minister of Love to officiate your wedding today. The fee is only $200 if your wedding is in the city of Chicago, and there's only a small fee to get the Minister of Love to travel outside of Chicago to your wedding location. Book the Minister of Love today. Visit marryusnow.us. That's marryusnow.us.
Oh, now we are down to the part of the show that I hate. Oh, I actually cringe at this part. Can you, see me grimacing right now? But, of course, you know what this is. This is the close of today's episode of Articulation Radio. I gotta say, as well as the rest of the staff here, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. We encourage you to go to articulationmedia.club. Let us know what you think about today's episode as well as past episodes. And while you are there, be sure to ensure your music, your ads, and even your sponsorship of an episode are taken care of before you leave that site. So go to articulationmedia.club right now. Let us know what you think about the episodes. Listen to past episodes. Re-listen to this episode. And make sure that your music and ads are played on upcoming episodes of Articulation Radio. We so thank you. I love you. I look forward to seeing you soon, hearing from you soon, and most importantly, celebrating you soon. In the meantime, keep being a doer, keep being a move maker, and keep making things pop.